Today I'm going to show you how I used aluminum foil tape to patch a small rust hole in my car. This is a very simple method and it's quite inexpensive and easy to do. You can see it's not quite invisible, but it works quite well. And it even works around corners. The foil tape can be bent around corners. The basic idea is to glue a lot of tape over the hole. This is aluminum foil tape, which is usually used to seal ducts. There's a lot of different types available. The more waterproof and heat resistant the tape is, the better. And this is an example of a little hole in my door, and I put about 30 layers of tape over top of it, and you can see it stands out a little bit. And then I spray painted the aluminum foil tape, but this was actually very quick to do. And you can see after about a year of heavy use, there's lots of ice on this corner. The tape is still in place and it's still working just fine. It was just spray painted black after I applied the tape. This is the inside. You can see the hole. I originally cleared out all the rust, and this was about a year ago, and then I put the foil tape over top, and then I spray painted the rust. So you have to keep on patching up the rust as it develops. So once there's a lot of dirt on the outside, you can barely see the patch, and it's very quick. It took maybe half an hour to do, and it's very easy. So what I'm doing here is I'm using some rubbing alcohol or isopropyl alcohol, and I'm cleaning off the car. Normally I would use some dish soap and warm water and wash it off first and then use the isopropyl alcohol, but in this case I'm in a hurry. Whenever you glue or tape something, make sure that the surface is free of rust, dust, or grease. If there's rust on the metal, sand it down until the metal is shiny, and make sure everything is very clean. Here's the aluminum tape, and I'm getting ready to use it. The more layers of aluminum foil tape you use, the thicker and stronger the patch becomes. The patch is really alternating layers of aluminum foil and glue, which is a backing, which makes the tape sticky. So this works kind of like plywood, which is also alternating layers of glue and wood. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut circles out of the aluminum foil tape. This gets rid of the corners because the corners tear off easier. So that's why I like a round circle. Imagine this is the hole. I'm putting aluminum foil tape over the hole, which has been cleaned of all rust, and the paint around the hole has been cleaned with warm water and dish soap, and then dried off and then cleaned off again with isopropyl alcohol or rubbing alcohol. So I'm just adding patches on now, one patch after the next. The idea is that the patch is thickest in the middle where the hole is, because this is where you need the strength, and then you want to make the patch bigger than the hole because this adds some strength and stability to the patch, because there's more surface area for the tape to glue to, which makes it stronger. So I'm just adding layer after layer, and I'm just layering one aluminum foil circle over the next. The idea is just to increase the thickness of the patch, because the more layers you have on, the stronger it gets. The patch is just an alternating layer of really thin metal and a really thin layer of glue. This is kind of the same concept as plywood, which is also thin layers of wood and then a little bit of glue between each layer, and eventually it gets quite strong. You can also think of these foil patches as a bunch of stickers. So now I'm adding more layers. As you can see, just keep adding them one on top of the next. And the thickness of the aluminum patch is increasing each time by a tiny bit. That's okay. because I have a lot of patches and this tape is not very expensive. So you just keep on adding more layers of tape, sticking one layer on top of the other. This tape can be used on curves, and it can also bend around corners, as you've seen in my example using the tape near the wheel well. The tape is very flexible and versatile. The idea is to press the tape down and get as tight a seal as possible. It's better to avoid wrinkles in the tape, and you're looking to get as waterproof a seal as you possibly can. So just keep adding on layers of tape and make sure everything is nice and smooth as you can. Press the tape down to get a tight seal. So this patch is almost finished. You can see it looks kind of cool like this, but I want it to be black and match the color of my car, at least a little bit. A black car is nice because it's very easy to match the color black. Other colors are much harder to match. All these layers of aluminum foil tape have made the patch quite strong. The patch is essentially an aluminum and glue patch. Now I'm going to take some spray paint and shake it for about a minute. This is all-purpose enamel spray paint. A high gloss paint is probably better in this case. Now I'm going to shake the spray paint can for about a minute to make sure the can is well mixed, and then I'm going to spray a couple of light coats of paint onto the patch. I usually spray at least 10 coats of paint. The patch will now change color, and the paint will seal the patch even more, increasing the weather resistance of the patch. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.